Hi Scorpio, this is your January 30th through February 5th weekly tarot reading. We'll have 5 separate spreads in this weekly's reading. We'll have a spread on new love, a separate spread on love in an existing relationship or marriage. I'll then do the X spread. After that, we'll talk about your work, your business, and your finances. And at the end, we'll see what you're not expecting to happen this week. Please like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. This first spread is on new love this week. We have strength clarified by the 7 of Swords. We have the 6 of Swords, the 2 of Cups clarified by the Chariot. In the potential outcome, we have death with the Fool and the 9 of Cups, and we also have the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Leo, Cancer, Aries, Taurus, or perhaps another Scorpio. Well, Scorpio, here's the deal. It looked fine to me until I started clarifying. And there is now a bit of a twist to the story for some of you. So we start off with the Strength card, and it's clarified by the 7 of Swords. This 7 of Swords is always a questionable card, so to speak, right? The 7 of Swords is a card of a deception. But at the same time, it could be a card of somebody who is lying to themselves. So they're lying to themselves, they're deceiving themselves about how they feel about someone. Or the 7 of Swords could be somebody running away. Okay, some of you could be running away from an existing relationship. Others of you could be running away from your own belief system, right? Or you could be running away, you could be leaving your home, where you grew up, so you could be together with this person. This is not a singles reading. This is a new love reading, Scorpio. And most of you are single, but some of you are not. And I'm not judging anybody, I'm not calling anybody out. It's just one of the scenarios. Okay? So yeah, strength could be a Leo you're dealing with, but perhaps strength is somebody having to have courage to either run away, or somebody is having to have courage to admit to themselves how they feel about you. Okay? And that's what's actually happening this week. Somebody is either running away or having courage to move forward with this, right? The 6 of Swords, the next card that came out after the Strength card, is a card of moving forward, moving from one place to another. Okay? Let me focus on that Fool card in the middle of the potential outcome, right there. It's the same point, same idea. The Fool is a card of taking a risk, taking a leap of faith. Kind of similar to those 3 cards we have in the beginning, right? The thing is, every single relationship we enter is taking a risk. It's just a matter of it being a 5% of a risk, or 95% of a risk, or anywhere in between. But it is risky, always, right? And perhaps for most of you, it is a matter of having courage to take this leap of faith. And that's what's happening this week. And you're not going to regret it. And they're not going to regret it either. So we got the 2 of Cups in the middle, clarified by the Chariot. There's 2 people in the 2 of Cups. That's you and them. The 2 of Cups is a card of a soulmate connection. It's a card of unconditional love. It's a card of when, 2 people feel the same way towards one another. And the Chariot, clarifying, it could be a Cancer you're dealing with. But again, this is a card of, relocating for some of you. It's a card of moving forward. And it's also a card of victory, success. It's a card of moving forward and not looking back. In the potential outcome, we have Death with the Fool card that we already talked about, and the 9 of Cups, and we also have the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. Death is your major arcana card, Scorpio, and it's always a good sign to have your major arcana card in your own reading, right? The Fool, as we already talked about, is taking a leap of faith, and the 9 of Cups is a card of a wish come true. It's also a card of personal satisfaction and fulfillment. For some of you, for the first time in your life, you're finally doing something what's good for you, what makes you feel good, because now you're definitely going to be with somebody you really, really love. Okay? And the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck would be a Taurus you're dealing with, but the Hierophant is a card of something traditional, like a committed relationship or marriage. It's also a very spiritual card. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are going to get on the plane and go to Vegas and get married, but this is radical. But for most of you, I believe it's just a matter of taking a risk, taking a leap of faith, and believing that it's going to work out. All of this is in the name of love. Well, for some of you, people will be talking after what you're about to do, and perhaps that's what's scaring you and scaring them. But I don't think it's not gonna matter once this move is made, it's not going to matter anymore. I believe you will have an amazing future together, Scorpio. I'm not even going to do an extended for you because that would be a waste of time. Really happy for you, Scorpio. Congratulations. Scorpio, if you are already married or if you're in a relationship, this spread is for you. We have the Star, clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and the Tower on the bottom of the deck. This is one interesting spread. Because here's what's happening. You know how sometimes we wish for something, we hope for something, but we immediately think that this will never happen to us? Right? Then all of a sudden it happens to us and we're like, oh, whoa, whoa, what just happened? And we're like scrambling about this. But at the same time, we're very happy. Right? Let me give you a couple of examples. Say you want to purchase a house or an apartment, but it's just almost impossible for you to get that house or that apartment. But you place the bid anyway. And guess what? You get the house. Another example. Say you always want to go somewhere on vacation, but it's just so expensive. Not that you're cheap, but you just don't want to spend that much money on the vacation, right? And you sign up for one of those newsletters from some kind of a travel agency, and that newsletter comes in via email or a brochure, and that vacation destination is 50% off. And you're like, wow, now I can afford it. Now it makes sense for me to, spend that much money. And you're like scrambling right now. That's what it feels like. It could be about anything. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, we got the Star, the first card that came out, could be an Aquarius you're dealing with, but the Star is a wish come true, right? It's clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is a golden opportunity. The Tower on the bottom of the deck is something that happens unexpectedly, right? So all of a sudden, bam, it's here. So now with the Two of Pentacles, this is you scrambling a little bit, trying to adjust, trying to understand how to, accept it, what to do about it. But at the same time, with the Nine of Cups right next to the deck, you're happy. It is a wish come true. There's two wish come true cards in the tarot deck, and both of them are on the table. Scorpio, right? The Nine of Cups is also a card of personal satisfaction and fulfillment. So I hope that makes sense. Let's see if anybody comes back from the past for you, Scorpio, this week. Keep in mind, it could be somebody from a couple of months ago, a year ago, or a couple of years ago, so it doesn't have to be the most recent ex. We have the King of Wands, clarified by the Page of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Nine of Pentacles and Judgment on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. You know what? As I was done laying down the cards, and after I clarified that King of Wands and the Page of Wands showed up, the first thing that came out of my mouth was, huh. So it's a bit questionable. And you'll just have to judge on your own here, Scorpio. Speaking of judgment, right? Judgment on the bottom of the deck is a card of somebody coming back from the past. If this really is a fire sign, then they just really want to get back together with you. If they're not a fire sign, it could be a player, right? The Knight of Wands could be a player energy. And the King of Wands could be somebody who is a social butterfly, somebody who perhaps is in love with themselves, right? Somebody who is all over the place, every single party they go to. And the Page of Wands, clarifying the King of Wands, is a message, and it's a type of a flirting message. Let's get together and see what happens. That type of energy. If this is not a fire sign. If it is a fire sign, then the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands, these are legit energies. Legit fire sign energies. They just really want to, get back together with you. With those Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands. Alright? The Nine of Pentacles right next to the deck, that's you, Scorpio. You are in a position of choosing. The Nine of Pentacles is often referred to as the Empress of the Minor Arcana cards. This is a card of somebody who is self-sufficient, independent, somebody who is doing good financially, somebody who is in a center of attention, somebody who is admired, right? So yeah, that's you just enjoying yourself, doing your Scorpio thing, and it's like you are in the position of I don't really need this. I will consider this, I will look into this, but that type of energy. So it's going to be up to you what you want to do here, Scorpio. I hope that makes sense. All right. Let's talk about your work, your business, and your finances, Scorpio. This week we have the Ace of Swords, we have Death clarified by the High Priestess, the Four of Swords, and we also have the Seven of Cups on the bottom of the deck. You got a decision to make, Scorpio. And unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately, all I can tell you is rely on your own intuition, Scorpio. Death in the middle, that is your major arcana card, and as I was clarifying the Death card, I literally asked, what is the suggestion for Scorpio? And the High Priestess showed up, right? The High Priestess is a card of intuition. But this week you will have to make a decision, right? Even though the last card that came out is the Four of Swords, which is, I think, you taking a bit of a time to process this, to think about it. But with the Ace of Swords, the first card that came out, you will have to make a decision, right? The Seven of Cups on the bottom of the deck is a card of a multiple choice. It's a card of uncertainty and clarity. So yeah, I think you're going to be struggling with it a little bit. But the Ace of Swords is not only a decision-making card, it's also a card of clarity. So yeah, think about it, perhaps sleep on it, perhaps do your research, and clarity will come to you. Alright? Cool. Let's see what you're not expecting to happen this week, Scorpio. We have the King of Swords, we have the Six of Pentacles, clarified by the Queen of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups, and we also have the Three of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with two people. I think you're going to be dealing with two people. One of them could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. The other one could be a fellow water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Right? Then you will have to choose between those two people, and it has something to do with collaboration. The Three of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck is a card of collaboration. It could be somebody you work with, or I don't know what kind of collaboration there could be at stake, but perhaps both of you want you to come to whatever class they're taking, or accompany them to a gym. Perhaps you're looking at two different gyms or two different classes, and the King of Swords is a representative of one, and the King of Cups is a representative of the other. Okay? So yeah, originally we had the King of Swords with the Six of Pentacles and the King of Cups, right? I deliberately clarified the Six of Pentacles because that card often does come through as a card of a choice, a card of a decision. You see how there's a person standing up, standing in the middle, and there's two people kind of sitting down on the two sides. So the person standing up, standing in the middle is choosing, right, between those two. And yeah, the Six of Pentacles is clarified by the Queen of Cups. That's you. So I just kept going. I clarified it one more time. I asked, so what's up with that? And the Two of Pentacles. Exactly the same energy as the Six of Pentacles. This is you deciding between the two. So I think this is just the way of the universe to let you know, it's going to be up to you. I could have clarified more, but I'm sure the same energy would have showed up again. So yeah, the universe wants you on your own to make this decision. And that's what you're not expecting. Alright, so that's what I have for you, Scorpio, for this reading, for this week. If this video resonates with you, please like it. Please also share and subscribe. And other than that, Scorpio, have an amazing week.